Good morning, future dignified transfer recipients. Thank you for the invitation. It's always a pleasure to get to speak to a group of young Republicans. I was sorry to hear about your banishment from campus. Bogus, man. Totally bogus. Like a Roman salute every now and then ever hurt anybody. What are you gonna do? Everything's still so woke, despite our best efforts. We're still working on it, though. I'm sure one of these days we'll come up with some kind of solution. In the meantime, fellas, I wouldn't worry too much about this little setback. Sure, your club has been officially disbanded by the university, but I'm sure those of you from families wealthy enough to survive the next few years will bounce back and end up doing just fine for yourselves in tech or finance or defense or energy or, whatever else is left. Oh boy, it feels good to be in a war again, doesn't it? I mean, a new war, a war we started. It's been too long. Then again, I'd say that no matter how long it had been. I don't care what anybody says. You want to start a war, you vote Republican. Nobody does that shit like we do. Do Democrats start wars? No, they don't. They used to. Vietnam, Kennedy started it. Johnson escalated it. Fucking Nixon, our guy, is the one who stopped it. What happened to that Democratic Party? Shit, I'd vote for them if it weren't for the civil rights thing. Democrats nowadays don't start wars. Oh, sure, they're happy to keep the wars going once we start them. And they'll maybe do a bombing here and there. They'll provide arms to other countries. They'll let the CIA keep running around doing its thing. But a real honest-to-God war that's going to get people killed on our side and the other side, that's going to take out the leadership of another country and destabilize an entire region of the globe, that's going to require us to commit billions of dollars and years and probably won't end with anyone any better off for that, you come to us. You come to the Republican Party because we are the party of patriots. We are the party that knows what the military is for, and we are the party that is not afraid to send our brave and mighty warriors into the field of battle to fight for our freedom under the flag of the greatest nation on the face of the earth, the United States of America. My only regret is that it's been so long since we did this. How long has it been since the end of the war in Afghanistan? 5 years? What about Iraq? How long since the end of the war in Iraq? 15 years? Why even have an army and a navy and the rest of that shit? Come on! 15 years since the war in Iraq ended. Some of you college kids barely even remember that war. That's okay. This one we just started is probably going to be a lot like it. We've even been able to reuse some of the old rhetoric. This'll only take a few months, tops. We'll be greeted as liberators. It'll pay for itself through all the oil we'll get out of it. You'll see. This war will be the same. None of those things will happen. Between you and me, I'm a little bit relieved our guy finally did it. Until a few months ago, I was starting to believe that no new wars bullshit that he campaigned on. I was like, he lied about everything else, but this promise he's going to keep? Then he abducted the president of Venezuela, and I was like, okay. Then a few weeks ago, he starts this war with Iran, and I was like, there he is. He doesn't even bother to give a reason. He just tells the press, I had a feeling they were going to attack us first. How fucking great is that? There's a difference between this war and the Iraq war, actually. Before going to war with Iraq, we had to do the whole why are we going to war song and dance. Throw together some bullshit evidence, make a case, convince allies to join us, get approval from Congress. This time we stepped over all of that, and our guy just told him to start dropping bombs. He was like, hey, Congress, you got a problem with it? Just try and stop me, because he knew they wouldn't even try. And they didn't. I will tell you this, though. We do need to be careful. We need to maintain discipline within the party because as much as it disgusts me, there are some of us who really seem to mean that anti-war shit, like that Thomas Massey douchebag in the House of Representatives and fucking Rand Paul. He's so good and so nuts on so many issues. But when it comes to the military, all of a sudden he's Mr. Constitution. Oh, Congress must approve attacks on other countries. Oh, we must only deploy the military when it's in defense of the United States. Like, Jesus Christ, man, how are we ever supposed to get a war going with our hands tied like that? There are even some people who voted for us who are having second thoughts because of the war. Not very many. But the fact that there's even one is a fucking embarrassment. Oh, I believed him when he said no more wars. This isn't what I voted for. Are you fucking serious? What kind of Republican are you? You didn't vote for this? Who did you think you were voting for? You don't want any more wars? Grow up, you fucking pussies. There's no future for guys like that. I mean, there's no future for most of you either, but that for a different reason. The Republican Party is the party of strength. It's the party of real men. People say they vote for us because of low taxes or whatever, but most of our voter base are way too fucking poor to ever see any meaningful difference in their tax burden because of us. We don't write our tax policies for them, those poor motherfuckers. No, they say that's why they vote for us. But the real reason they vote for us is they're bullies too. They like to see their country fucking up other countries because they can take some ownership in that. And it makes them feel like they're big men. And why shouldn't they feel like big men? An American man is a big man because he's a citizen of the biggest, baddest country in the world with the boldest, bravest soldiers, sailors, and Marines in the history of mankind. Yeah! That's one reason why it's good for us. The J.D. Vance is next in line. I know not everybody likes him, and believe me, I get it. I wouldn't want to spend 10 seconds in the same room with him either, and I haven't. I've got people for that. But when it comes to being the commander-in-chief, he's exactly the kind of guy I want because he's a dweeby little loser who is desperate to prove he's a real man. And he knows there's only one way to do that. Bombing schools and killing children. And can I just say, spare me the outrage over those dead little girls at that school we blew up, okay? The IDF's been blowing up schools in Gaza with our bombs for years now, but oh, when we cut out the middleman and do it ourselves, all of a sudden you're upset? Fuck out of here. Why should the government of Israel get to have all the fun? Christians like killing Muslims too, you know. Fucking buzzkills. You got a problem with it? What are you going to do? Vote for the Democrats? I didn't think so. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, while I'm on the subject of dweeby little losers desperate to prove they're real men, how about our Secretary of Defense, huh? Pete Hegseth, that drunk Nazi dipshit. He's my kind of guy. A drunk Nazi dipshit. I know when a Fox News weekend host got nominated to lead the Defense Department, a lot of people expected it to be a shit show, but it's been even better than I thought it would be. Did you see him a couple of weeks ago at that press conference where he was like, CNN reported that we had no plan for what to do if Iran tried to block the Strait of Hormuz. They think we didn't think of that. And it's obvious that they totally didn't think of that. I love it. You know why I love it? Two reasons. One, they don't give a fuck. You think anyone in the administration actually cares about the Strait of Hormuz? About trade being disrupted? About the price of oil going up? Why should they care? Our guy, the president, doesn't care. I know he's been asking other countries to come in and help protect the Strait of Hormuz, but that's just PR. He's doing that to make it look like he at least halfway gives a shit, but he doesn't. Asking for help from countries he's been pissing on for the last 2 years, does that sound like the action of someone who takes any of this seriously? He doesn't care. And why should I care? I got my money, and I'm gonna get more money. One way or the other, I control the goddamn United States government. We Republicans are the party of liberation. And there's nothing more liberating than not giving a fuck about other people. And no more fun way of demonstrating it than by killing people in other countries from the sky. And we are so goddamn good at it. I watch those videos of us blowing shit up over there, and if I were capable of feeling something other than greed driven by the all-consuming need to forget about my own inevitable death, I would be proud. I really would. Second reason, the clear lack of planning that went into this war shows how easy it can be to do wars in the future. Not only did we skip getting congressional approval or building a coalition, we skipped formulating strategy and defining goals. We just started bombing. And after we started bombing, our guy went on TV and posted on social media like, hey, people of Iran, when we're done, just go ahead and take over the government, okay? Have a nice day. That's the plan. Kill all the people in charge and then, they'll work it out. That's amazing. Why weren't we doing this all along? Seriously, we did nothing to build any kind of support for this from anyone other than Netanyahu, like he wasn't going to be on board with a plan to fuck up the rest of the Middle East. We got no approval from Congress, from the UN, from anybody. Other than moving the necessary military assets into place, we did no preparation, and the war is still happening. We're doing it, and nobody's doing anything about it. You want to know what true power is, lads and young lady? I'm not sure what you're doing here. This is the Young Republicans Club, right? Are you someone's girlfriend or beard? Anyway, you want to know what real power is? Real power is realizing that you can do whatever you want and nobody's going to stop you, because nobody who could stop you can believe you're even doing it. Their incredulity, their refusal to accept what we are is one of our greatest weapons. Our enemies in this country, the only ones who have any real chance to stop us, the Democrats, they are bound. They are bound by law, by rules, by norms that somehow, after all this time, they still expect us to adhere to. We, on the other hand, are bound by nothing. Not by the law or the rules or the norms, not by loyalty, not by conscience, empathy, or decency. If we need to give a reason for why we went to war with Iran, we'll make it up, just like we always have. They were going to attack us first. They're a threat to their neighbors. We want to free the people. Whatever. We're eliminating an existential threat to our ally Israel. Got to protect Israel, our little brother, always getting picked on by those big meanies in Iran. I know it seems like Israel has been in the driver's seat for this one, and I know a lot of us have mixed feelings about Israel. You know what I'm saying? All I can tell you is be patient. As it says in a book I often quote from but have not read, to everything there is a season. We're like this with Israel now, but one of these days when they have outlived their usefulness to us, we'll remind the little brother that he is adopted. And that will be too bad for him, because you know how much importance we attach to bloodlines. When we turn against Israel, they'll want a reason too, I'm sure, just like Iran wants a reason, just like NATO, just like the UN, just like the Democrats and the rest of these innocent anti-war lambs who bleat and bleat their useless protests as they are herded into the slaughterhouse. And won't they all be so surprised in their dying moments as they feel the blood draining from their bodies, as the light leaves their eyes? Won't they all be so surprised to realize that there was no reason? We went to war because we wanted to distract everyone from what's in the Epstein files. We went to war because we wanted to prove that our guy was tougher than the black guy. We went to war because we wanted to convince the rest of the world that our dicks are bigger. We went to war because when we have the power to do whatever we want, we do whatever the fuck we want. We went to war because it's what we do. That's why you vote for people like me. That's why you want people like me in charge. Because even though you don't want to fight wars yourselves, you want to make war on the whole world to show them that they should be more afraid of us than we're afraid of them. It's who we are. It's who we always have been. Born from war. Built by slaves. Ruled by fear. God bless the United States of America!